Yeah, just a quick review of RockSauce Fire Muscle Relief Cream. So starting at the beginning, what's it for? I mean, like, why would you consider using it? Well, it's a topical pain relief cream to treat muscle and joint pain. So for instance, let's say you have been struggling with knee arthritis, might be something you might want to try. Or say, something more acute, like say, you helped a friend move and the next day you woke up and you're like, oh, my back, it's killing me. It's another good use for it. So what's in it? I mean, like, how does it work? Well, anytime you're considering using something like this, you need to ask yourself one question, and that is, what are the active ingredients? So what's an active ingredient? Well, it's any ingredient that has a direct biological effect or pharmacological activity in the body. So in other words, these are the ingredients in the product that really do the heavy lifting and make it work. So in the case of RockSauce, there actually are three, which is pretty impressive because a lot of these kind of topical analgesics, they only have like one or two in it. This has methyl salicylate, and that helps increase blood flow. It has menthol, which kind of has a cooling effect, which can kind of help block the pain signals. It has capsaicin. Capsaicin helps desensitize nerve cells, which can lead to reduced pain signals. So the million-dollar question is, does it give you temporary relief or permanent relief? Well, I think it kind of depends. I think there are actually some cases where you can get permanent relief by using something like this. I think if it's something like, if it's muscular, like going back to the example, if you're helping a friend move, you did a lot of bending over, stress your back muscles, next day they're really tight, they're hurting. So when muscles get if they get hurting, sometimes they can go into spasm if they're overworked. And the spasm creates pain, and then the pain creates more spasm. So what you have going on is what's called a pain spasm pain cycle. And so sometimes you can break that pain spasm pain cycle up by using a topical like this. So you put it on and you get either partial relief or full relief. And once you do that one or two more times, it kind of, breaks up that pain spasm pain cycle, and your body muscles reset themselves, and then it's gone. So I think there are cases like that where this actually can get permanent relief. Fortunately, a lot of chronic problems, like a herniated disc can sometimes become a chronic problem, or arthritis. Usually you need like a multi-pronged treatment approach. So you need to do several things to finally get rid of the pain. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you went back and you have you helped a friend move. Next day your back is really hurting, and it just continues on day after day after day, and you don't get better. Now we know other things do help back pain, like exercise has been a proven treatment for back pain. Stretching it and strengthening it, but you can't really do it because your back hurts so much. The muscles are just too tight, and every time you try and do something, it hurts. What you do is you put on the RockSauce, and you get either partial relief or full relief, and now you can do exercises. So for instance, you might want to consider, I found in this book, Treat Your Own Spinal Stenosis. You might want to do some back strengthening, which we know helps back pain. And there's a muscle called your multifidus muscle. Doing a lot of research on it now. It's really kind of cool. So here's your multifidus muscle. So it's interesting because just about any back problem you can name, like herniated disc, if you have back arthritis, you've got spinal stenosis, if you've had back surgery and it's failed back surgery, your back still hurts. You have a slippage of one vertebrae on the other called a spondylolisthesis. About any of those back problems you can name, even chronic low back pain. Researchers have gone to these patient populations and they've taken a person with say a herniated disc, and they'll do an MRI of it, and they'll find just at the level of the herniation, let's say if it's L4-5 herniation to the right, pressing on a nerve, just the multifidus at that level will be actually smaller than the other multifidus muscles, on the right or left side or up or down. And a lot of times if they stick it with an EMG needle, it's just not conducting properly. And likewise, if you start strengthening your multifidus, then the back pain goes away. So here again, you couldn't do all this before. You couldn't do multifidus strengthening exercises before. And this is actually a good book. It has actually a lot of them in here, if you're looking for a good resource for multifidus exercises. Now you can do it. Now, exercise. So after a week or two doing the exercises, you're going to start to feel better, and that's how you get the longer term relief. So that's what I mean by a multi-pronged treatment approach. It takes a couple things to get you better. So good resource if you're having back pain. RockSauce, here again, may give you permanent relief, maybe temporary. Hard to say, just kind of depends on your condition. So anyway, good product. Check it out.